From Caracas, Venezuela, my name is Reagan Des Vignes for teleSUR English. This is From the South, our daily news show. We start in Brazil, where the political establishment is reeling after two explosive new twists in the country's massive corruption scandal. First, the president, Michel Temer, was caught on a secret audio recording encouraging payments to the jailed former Speaker of the lower house, Eduardo Cunha, apparently to buy his silence. Temer later admitted the conversation, but said he thought the payments were just to help Cunha through a difficult time. The Supreme Court has ordered an investigation. Later, the president of the PSDB, the Brazil's main right-wing party, AECIO NEVES, was suspended as a senator and his home raided by police after another recording revealed he had received payments from the same businessman as Cunha. Neves' sister and cousin have been arrested along with other close associates of his and President Temer's. The political crisis had an immediate effect on Brazilian markets. The Sao Paulo Stock Exchange was forced to suspend trading for the first time since the crisis of 2008. That was after it fell by more than 10%. The Brazilian currency, the real, also fell sharply against the dollar. Protesters took to the streets in Sao Paulo and other cities on Wednesday night to demand the removal of Michel Temer as president. Brazil's two main groups of social movements, the Popular Front and People Without Fear, are calling for major mobilizations on Sunday. A group of right-wing movements has done the same.
Everything the social movements have been saying all this year has been proven right. There has been an attempt to stop the investigations and let those most guilty of corruption get away with it, including the President of the Republic. Therefore, the social movements say, Temer out. The only way out of this political crisis is through direct elections now.
President of the United States, Donald Trump, has met with his Colombian counterpart, Juan Manuel Santos, at the White House. This is the pair's first in-person meeting and was a critical visit for Santos, as he hopes to ensure that the U.S. still supports Colombia. The visit came as Santos was facing the possibility of an alteration of the peace agreement with the FARC by right-wing members of the Congress, who are opposed to it. The Venezuelan government is once again accusing the United States of supporting violent opposition factions. Venezuelan ambassador to the UN, Rafael Ramirez, called the US's briefing to the UN Security Council on Wednesday a failed attempt at initiating further interference in the country's affairs. He added that the United States has become part of the problem through its support of opposition violence. And hundreds of Venezuela's opposition supporters gathered for a candlelight vigil in the capital on Wednesday night. They said the candles and torches were to ward off evil and to provide a light through the current darkness. However, later, violent components of the opposition lit fires to block major roads and looted private businesses. The foreign ministers of Caracas are meeting for 2 days in Barbados to discuss economic cooperation of the Caribbean. Despite a vote by Barbados and some other members of Caracas in favor of the Organization of American States holding a meeting to discuss Venezuela, the government of Nicolas Maduro says it still hopes to maintain close relations with the island. The presidents of Russia and Venezuela, Vladimir Putin and Nicolas Maduro, have talked on the phone about the current situation of the global oil market. The Kremlin later said the two leaders discussed efforts to continue the international agreement to reduce production and boost prices. The power and water crises in the Gaza Strip are putting strain on the people living in the territory. Gaza's sole power plant shut down in mid-April after running out of fuel. The move left residents with barely 4 hours of electricity a day. The current acute shortage of power has also reduced water quality. The Cuban Olympic Committee has called for scientific arguments to back up the proposal for more stringent anti-doping criteria to be considered by the European Athletics Council. If accepted, the proposal could strip athletes of their world records achieved before the year 2005. Some current Cuban world record holders say they are offended by the proposal. For more on these and other stories, please visit our website, telesurtv.net/English. For teleSUR English, I'm Reagan Des Vignes.